don't immediately just go to, I hate him for that.
Yeah.
Which is what, but everybody I know here in Hollywood does that. And it's like, you're first of all, you look weak. You look weak. You look like you're so easily gotten. A lot of women, I think, still want a man to be a man. Not an abusive man, but just a man.
Yes.
Yes. I remember, hey.
You're canceled. How dare.
Bill Maher just torched The View, and he brought receipts. Bill Maher's done it again, this time taking aim at the ladies of The View and calling out their woke hypocrisy live on air. Known for his unfiltered takes, Maher didn't miss a beat. While the hosts dished out their usual double standards, Maher spotted the contradictions a mile away, and he let them have it. His words cut through the noise, exposing the performative outrage and selective morality they've made a career out of. And yes, we've got the receipts. So buckle up. This ride's about to get wild. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more unfiltered truth and spicy moments just like this.
The panel think of Trump's stint as fry cooker at McDonald's. And it's, I already addressed this, it's like, they see him differently.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
Yes.
I think when you have somebody who is a world famous superstar, who's a billionaire, et cetera, and they do something you don't expect, it's brilliant media. And I think we gotta acknowledge that this guy is beating the pants off of us with these so-called publicity stunts. It gets into everybody's feeds, and people who are not looking at politics will look at that. I think we just have to have more fun ourselves. We were having a great time during the Democratic convention. If we have more fun, if the Democratic Party is a party of fun, people will join it. We should be doing crazy stuff too.
And if I may add one more thing, it's like, don't immediately just go to, I hate him for that.
Yeah.
Which is what, but everybody I know here in Hollywood does that. And it's like, first of all, you look.
Woke playbook exposed, and Maher shut it down. Here's the woke playbook in one sentence. Twist the words, twist the meaning, twist the truth, then light a match and watch the misinformation burn. It's not about open dialogue. It's about domination of the narrative. They've been running this play on Trump for years, warping quotes, headlines, and clips to turn him into a cartoon villain. It's muscle memory at this point. So when Bill Maher, one of their own, stepped into their space, they went straight for the trap. Twist his words, bait the gotcha moment, cue the outrage. But Maher, not today. He shut it down instantly. Calm, focused, laser sharp. He called out the spin before it could take hold, and you could feel the energy shift. That frozen moment when the hive mind glitches, unsure what to do when someone refuses to play along. And Maher? He didn't flinch. He stood tall, unshaken, like a veteran who's seen it all, and isn't afraid to say what no one else will.
You look like you overreact to anything. I think politics comes out of personality. I'm going to do something extensive on this one day, but personalities. Your personality first. I know people who are conservative politically because I know them. That's just who they are.
Yeah.
They're squares. and that's okay. And there are people who just, they think Trump is fun like that. I don't get it, but I don't get Taylor Swift.
Sonny Hostin walked into a trap, and Maher shut it down with precision. Sonny Hostin thought she had the perfect setup, a knockout blow aimed at Bill Maher for being anti-woke. But from the moment she opened her mouth, it was clear. This wasn't going to end well for her. She rubbed her forehead, avoided eye contact, and delivered her line with the shaky confidence of someone stepping straight into the trap they laid themselves. You could almost see the panic brewing, because deep down she knew Maher was about to dismantle her argument with surgical precision. Sonny kicked things off by accusing the right of hijacking and weaponizing the term woke, claiming conservatives twisted its meaning to attack progress. But Maher, calm, composed, and fully locked in, he wasn't letting that slide. He fired back, setting the record straight. It wasn't some right-wing PR machine that turned woke into a punchline. It was the left's own behavior. According to Maher, when progressives began policing language, canceling people over microaggressions, and obsessing over identity politics, They handed their critics every bit of ammunition they needed. And Maher? He just pulled the trigger, with facts. Sensing the debate slipping out of their control, the panel called in their final line of defense, the queen of woke herself, Whoopi Goldberg. But the damage was done.
Comparing them, but I'm just saying.
I bet you would have bumped me for Taylor Swift too.
What's this?
You would have bumped me for Taylor Swift.
And I'm,
Exactly.
of course I would.
Everybody else is turning you down.
I'd bump Kamala for Taylor Swift. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
She's a classy person, and the success she's had, the influence she's had is amazing. I just,
Not your cup of tea.
Nikki Glaser was doing my podcast, and I said, I don't get this, Nikki. You've been to 18 concerts. Tell me. And she's like, the music is so amazing. And she said, just watch the Eras tour. It's a 3-hour thing on Apple, I think. And okay, I did not move the needle at all. This is not great music to me, but that's just me. I don't get her music, and I don't think Trump's jokes about Arnold Palmer's dick are funny, but other people do. It's not relevant.
Whoopi Goldberg went full attack mode, but Maher didn't flinch. Whoopi came in swinging, full attack mode, ready to shred Bill Maher for daring to challenge the sacred circle of The View. With her trademark dramatic flair, she accused him of being flippant, dismissive, and disrespectful for the unforgivable crime of siding with facts over feelings. To Whoopi, Maher's refusal to blindly echo progressive talking points wasn't just disagreement, it was a personal betrayal. But Maher? He didn't flinch. Not even a little. He's been in this game far too long to be rattled by theatrical outrage. While Whoopi tried to paint him as out of touch and insensitive, Maher stayed cool, calm, and sharp. He doubled down, not with anger, but with clarity. He called out the dangerous trend of prioritizing emotion over evidence, of turning every debate into a feelings-first spectacle instead of a facts-based discussion. He laid it bare. This isn't progress, it's polarization, and the audience? You could feel the tension crackle. Maher didn't need to shout. He let the truth speak for itself, and in a twist of poetic justice, let's call it divine retribution, Whoopi. Goldberg herself was once suspended from The View after claiming the Holocaust wasn't racially motivated. That moment alone should serve as a reminder. Facts matter, and when you ignore them, they have a way of snapping back.
I think that there's something happening on the progressive side that it feels like almost all masculinity is considered toxic.
Right.
And so I think the young men may not feel welcome. Like if you're
true.
In other words, I don't think it's so much of a pull of an Andrew Tate, though that's playing a role. I think it just may be a push. Like if you show up and you want to be just like a regular, guy's guy, you just may not be eating enough kale and doing enough yoga to fit in on the left.
That's true. Just being a man is a little suspect. Yeah, no, and I think this winds up being not good for women either, because I don't think women like that. Well, I mean,
right.
I mean, the rhetoric may be one thing, but at the end of the day, I know we're all gay and we're all fluid now and we're all trans and but a lot of people are still the old school. There was
the old school from 12 years ago.
Well, there was, there was a
Backlash, suspension, and a masterclass in integrity. Whoopi's comment ignited an immediate firestorm, backlash. Erupted across social media and mainstream outlets alike. The outrage was swift and loud, forcing network executives to act fast. In a move that sent shockwaves through daytime television, Whoopi was handed a 2-week suspension. For many of Maher's fans, it felt like poetic justice, a dose of karma arriving just days after her unprovoked attempt to ambush Maher live on The View. The timing? Almost too perfect to ignore. But even in what many saw as a clear-cut win, Maher chose the high road. No gloating, no victory lap. Instead, he publicly called for Whoopi to be reinstated, reminding everyone that freedom of speech isn't something you apply only when it's convenient. It was a bold, gracious move, one that highlighted the stark contrast between Maher's unwavering commitment to open dialogue and the cancel-happy culture The View so often seems to represent. In an era dominated by outrage mobs and digital takedowns, Maher proved that standing on principle means more than chasing applause.